All right, so yesterday I took you out of York by the main route over onto Kiel, but today I'm going to take you by a slightly different route. When I first started cycling and I came up to York, I spent a lot of time on bike trails because I wasn't comfortable with the traffic. And I discovered that there was a trail that led right up behind the school. So from that point forward, that was my preferred route. So I'm going to backtrack part of it today to sort of give you an idea of what's available to you. You don't have trail options everywhere you go, but I can ride this trail option quite a bit further down, and depending on what it looks like, I may adjust. There's one or two places where it washes out, and given that we've had a lot of rain recently, I'm not 100% confident it'll be intact, but assuming it is, I'll ride it through. The only problem is, in this particular case, it takes me a bit further west than I'd like. It adds about a half an hour to my trip. So depending on how the timing goes, I may or may not do it. We'll see. But this is Black Creek Pioneer Village that we're just coming up behind here. And there's a trail that goes behind it. It's mainly for parks and rec vehicles to be able to come in and access the area and do stuff, but, you know, hey, what the hell. That's the yard where they keep the trucks. We don't go down there. We turn here instead where the trail starts. Just watch your blind corners as usual. People come in both directions, either walking or on bikes pretty quickly around here, so there's lots of dirt, so don't corner too hard or you might end up doing the Lightning McQueen, as they call it. There you go. So, yeah, this is my sort of default way to get to York for the longest time, was down this path. It's chilly in the shade, I'll say that much. That's the other thing, the wind was behind me on the way here. It's going to be in front of me on the way back. Oh joy, oh bliss, you'll be working for it, lad. Alright. Creek. Somewhat swollen, but not too bad. See some buds coming back on the trees. Nice. Nice. Okay. So, midday, you're not encountering too much traffic here. Of course, no cars, very nice. I've seen some deer here. Raccoons, obviously. You see those all over the city. Cats, not that many dogs actually. Lots of stray cats, but not that many stray dogs. That's what that's all about. Yeah, that's about it really. And lots of people with their dogs, of course. Oh, the creek looks nice. All this really does is cuts out a chunk of traveling through York's campus and you go alongside it instead. Well, there's an exit here that takes me right up to Jane. I think there's a fence hole there that lets you through as well. There are a lot of places that won't appear accessible on the map, but when you actually cycle by them, you can get in. Or someone's made a hole for you to get in. Gotta watch yourself, obviously, but... Ah, couch. Nice. Don't need a nap right now, though, so maybe not. Spring is good. Fall's a little more dangerous, to be honest with you, because wet leaves are like grease when your wheel hits them. So I'm actually very cautious, even on days when there's no obvious precipitation or snow, to watch for leaves. But in the spring, for the most part, that problem isn't there. Couple of quick pointers about pedestrians. Most of them can't hear you because they have headphones on. So you're not that loud anyway. But when they're wearing a big pair of over-the-ear headphones, they're not going to be hearing you at all. Gardening on the hill. It's often somebody out working these gardens. Quite nice. So this is the exit that'll take you over eventually to Jane. So either cut through here and go back across. It'll be sort of a convoluted route through the city. Or I ride you down on the trails for a while. And I go quite a bit further west than I need to go. I guess we'll do this. All right, so we're gonna go east for a while. Just so happens to be windy from the east, so I'm sure you'll be hearing it. There we are. So I'm cycling out of a creek valley, basically. Here on Wendell Trail. Yep. It's going to be a ride. So I am pushing. So we just basically do a big dip around just to go to the trail. So this is Sentinel. That's normally where we catch our route south. I'm going to overshoot that and head east today. Okay, here we go. You're on Wendat Trail. Okay. There you go. Okay. 1 minute. Let's take off the jacket. I'm getting warm, to be quite honest, so much better. So this trail goes east and west along the power lines. And they added a bus exclusive lane that funnels over from essentially Dufferin to here. So when they did that, they made the enlightened decision of building a bike lane, or trail for me, right beside it. This is good. This is what we want. It's all in an area where cars weren't going to go, so why not? There are public gardens up here, so you can pay for access to a garden space if you don't have the area around your house. A few of them here. It's kind of a neat idea. Using otherwise unused space. One day I suppose that will all be condos or apartment buildings or something. But for today, it is not. All right. The path goes off to the left, and I'm actually heading straight because I'm wanting to get onto the busway. So we're gonna do this. Oh, he's gonna wait, isn't he?